Undisputed. I'm Jenny Taft with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. I missed you guys. How are we doing today?
Well, you know, I'm back just in time to congratulate LeBron James on winning this year's NBA championship. It is over. The Clippers say, no mas, we're out. Congratulations.
Oh, that's what they said?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw me and old Lou.
Yeah,
me
you
and
were
Lou
down.
back at the crib.
You were there. You might have instigated
No, I
this.
didn't instigate
Yeah,
that.
you did.
How you doing, Skip? You having a
I'm
good time?
just doing not great.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Good to see
I'm
you.
sure it is. Way to go.
Yeah.
Tough way to start. Of course, Shannon has something to do with this. And as Skip briefly mentioned, yes, the Clippers in the news over the weekend for kind of the wrong reasons. Let's get right to it. The Clippers will be without Lou Williams for their first game back against the Lakers on Thursday night. Williams will need to quarantine for 10 days after he was spotted at an Atlanta gentleman's club during an excused absence from the NBA bubble in Orlando. According to reports, Williams went to the establishment to get dinner. Shannon, how bad is this?
I've been trying to tell you and Jenny, Skip, that food there,
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you, you ain't want to hear me.
Nope.
Not everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
Even Johnny Manziel said it's the best strips he had ever.
That strip he's at?
Strips.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about chicken strips.
Oh,
There
okay,
you go,
okay.
Skip, baby. Going somewhere else with this, and I didn't want to go there. Skip, look. Lou special at this establishment, Skip. He got his own
dish.
Yeah. The sweet Lou lemon pepper barbecue.
Yeah. Barbecue wings. Yeah.
Skip.
He's got it. No, I don't doubt that. Yeah.
Skip, as upset as I would like to be, some things are just like, this can't be true. This can't be real. He left the bubble for a very serious reason. And instead of saying, you know what, guys, the bubble is more than I can take, I'm just going to stay where I'm at, and y'all go ahead and have at it. He understands, Skip, they're testing every single day. And what they're trying to do is that they put all these guys in the bubble, these 20, 22 teams in the bubble, because they want to try to limit the amount of contact they can have outside with someone possibly having that virus, bringing it in, and then there goes the season. And Lou put a lot of people at risk. And I understand, hey, he said he went to get dinner. That's fine and good. I get all that. And a lot of people making jokes. Even I made a joke about it. But Skip, in all honesty, Lou was wrong for this. And he knows he was wrong. Skip, the difference between a professional athlete, especially a lot of successful people, and other people is that the sacrifices that made along the way. There are people that went to school, and I know where Lou went. Lou went to South Gwinnett. There were guys that just as talented as Lou, but maybe didn't make the sacrifices. There were guys that went to school with Shannon Sharp, was just as talented, but didn't make the sacrifices. Lou was being asked to make a sacrifice. Say, Lou, for the next 2 to 3 months, we're gonna ask you to make sacrifices. So you didn't make that sacrifice, Lou. You were willing to put not only your teammates, but what about the other guys in harm's way? Not guys, Kawhi don't say much, but Kawhi gonna be looking at him like, bruh, we trying to win a title. Are you serious?
Yep.
Paul George gonna be looking at him like, bruh, come on. Doc is upset. You can't do this, Skip. And I get it. Like I said, he left for a very serious reason. But in the process, go for what you went for and get back as quickly as possible and minimize the potential of coming in contact with someone and possibly spreading the virus. And I know he says, hey, he went to grab dinner. Okay, he grabbed dinner. Skip, look. You and I both know, had that guy, and that's why you see, you got to be careful with them cameras. Skip, them cameras, man, you know what? Them cameras have been the downfall of a lot of people, ain't it, Skip? Got a lot of people in trouble. You and I both know, had this guy not took that photo of Lou and tweeted it, tagged him in it, Lou was not going to come back and tell the NBA security and say, guys, I went to this establishment and I might have come in contact with someone potentially that might have had the virus. He wasn't going to do that. It was because he got exposed. Again, Lou, you were wrong for this. Lou know he was wrong for this. And you can't put, not only, you put this whole bubble, you put them at risk, and now you got to go quarantine for 10 days. You're going to miss the first 2 meaningful ball games, Skip.
Yep.
He's wrong. Lou,
Who they playing first?
I don't know who they got to do it.
Yep.
But the way Adam went, Jenny, the catfish nuggets, the strips, and the wings, bye. We going next time.
I got a whole lot to say about this, and Lou Williams ain't gonna like it. And I used to love Lou Williams, and yet, when I sat reading this story, I believe it was on Saturday, I believe it was at the same time I was watching LeBron James and the Lakers scrimmage Orlando. And it hit me right between the eyes. There is no way this Clippers team that has already a bunch of problems going on besides Lou Williams, there is no way this team is going to beat the Los Angeles Lakers in the conference finals, because this Clippers team, on the path it's on right now, ain't going to get to any conference finals, because this team feels fractured. It feels like it's suffering maybe even a minor mutiny here of a lot of players who don't want to be in the bubble, starting with Lou Will. So the man who has often rescued this team on the basketball court, the reigning sixth man of the year, just set fire to what's left of the Clippers season, because that is inexcusable. That is the ultimate selfish act of betrayal.
What?
This bubble is tough. I get it. And they're all spoiled brats in their own way. They all came up privileged in their own way through the basketball system, AAU all the way up. They've all been coddled. They've all been spoiled. And all of a sudden, they're being asked to be inside a quarantine bubble.
Right.
And it's hard on them, because you got to kind of sit in your room and watch movies or play video games or hang out with the fellas. It's like you go back to AAU, and then it feels college-like. The Lakers feel like a college team to me right now, because they're trying to have a blast just hanging together and playing together and being together and hooping together. And it's all about basketball. And they're all in. They're all for one and one for all. And the Clippers have 5 guys who've been in and out, up and down, right and left.
In the bubble, out the bubble.
Out of the bubble. And they're all different quarantine levels going on. And they're going to have about 2/3 of a team on Thursday night for the opening game. And I don't get it, because I thought Lou Williams cared a little more than that for his team. So at first it was reported that Lou went to Atlanta, and you made the point, he's from Snellville, which is just like 30 miles northeast of Atlanta. So
that is correct.
Would you consider it kind of a suburb, right? Okay, so he's got Atlanta roots.
Yes, absolutely.
And I do believe this is his favorite restaurant, and you point out he's got that dish that's named for him. So I get that, and I don't blame him for loving that food. That's fine with me. But at first, it was reported he went to his grandfather's funeral. And then by last night, the reports started changing, because the NBA looked hard into it, because they hit him with the max. They hit him with 10 games of quarantine.
They look at it, just kick him out.
Because, that's true. That is true. But they found out that this was actually the funeral of a close friend of the family's father, okay? All right. Now, I'm not dismissing that or discounting that at all. But I'm going to remind you that Alex Caruso, who plays a pretty key role for your Lakers, just a week ago Saturday, his sister got married down, I'm sure somewhere near College Station where he grew up. And it's a hot spot. And they warned him, if you go, you're going to get hit with the max quarantine coming back from Texas. And he said, you know what? This is more important right now. My teammates are more important to me. I cannot subject them to that. So I'm not going to make it to my sister's wedding. So I don't want to try to rate and compare. You know, just did the friend of, the father of a close friend, did that mean more than Alex Caruso's sister? I have no idea. But let's just say it probably didn't. Let's just say there was a way Lou could have said, you know what? I'm going to take one for the team here. I'm going to send my best wishes. I'm going to call everybody, but I just can't participate right now in a gathering. And I don't know how many viewed the body, but it was a viewing, okay? And then they all up as a group and say, let's go to Magic City. So all of a sudden, Lou has gone from the Magic Kingdom to Magic City. And there is...
It's more fun at the city, for sure.
You better believe it would be for somebody who's trapped in the bubble, right?
Yes.
And there's no I in team, but there are 2 I's in Magic City, right? And here he went with this group. And so he's in a group, and it's not cool, because now we're going to talk later about the NFL sent out a new rule of protocol. You cannot be with 15 or more people. And I don't know if 15 went to Magic City as a group, but it may have been. and that white rapper Jack Harlow was part of the. I read he was part of the group. I don't know if he was just there or if he was part of the family and friends.
Right.
And he did have one hit. What's Poppin'? I don't know if you know what's poppin' because it featured Lil Wayne, but whatever. The point is that he takes a picture, like it looked like it could have been a selfie of the two of them together. And when you take a picture, you know what's about to happen. Don't you know?
Yes.
Don't you know what could happen?
Skip, and we've all been, listen, if you're a professional athlete, it's hard for me to believe that you haven't been someplace where you shouldn't have been. Someone sees you, hey, bro, let me get this picture.
Here.
No, because I'm not supposed to be here.
Right.
And if this gets out,
and
it's over.
And you pose with your mask on, and then Jack Harlow tries to delete it and say that was an old picture. He's got his Orlando bubble mask on.
Thank you.
You're busted. It's over. We got you. And then Lou said, well, there were no entertainers at Magic City at that moment. I just went and looked at the website last night and it said, we are open for business with our entertainers from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. every day of the week.
You know, I mean, Lou, you know, I'm from Atlanta.
Come on.
Atlanta ain't shut down nothing.
No entertainers?
Atlanta has